Research indicates that storytelling is our oldest form of entertainment.
And with this production, Major Ben...
He always liked to read. Sometimes he'd go to the dollar store and buy fantasy novels, even if it was the 10th installment of a fantasy series. Sometimes he'd buy a book by Sal Palantonio. These cost $1 each. He would buy them both at the same time. He would have $3. He would get $1 in change.
On the way to the post office, he would make stops at the variety store. There, he would make choices between cream soda and sarsaparilla. The choice was often difficult because both were flavors he enjoyed. On that particular day, he decided that he would get both and drink half of each, and the next day finish the other halves.
While members of the studio audience, they would greet the host by standing, waving their arms in the air, and making a woofing noise.
It was around this time that they had begun making watches that doubled as calculators. He thought that these were very interesting items, so he asked his father if he could have one. His father said no.
In the weeks between visits from the waterman, a coffee can was kept in the living room to gather urine. One night, the oldest boy kicked it over.
After the second baseman made the error, he heard someone from the crowd call out, "Idiot!" It turned out it was one of the benchwarmer's cousins, and that second baseman had to ride home with that person in the back of a truck.
The entire family was notified that a proper gift would be a Shaka Aka action figure.
As he posed for the picture with his family, he was balancing a bobblehead on his hand, but he could not keep from laughing.
Not being very intelligent people, they ran out of gas immediately in their car. They left it on the side of the road, but left it unlocked. The car was stolen.
Each year the children would participate in Santa's workshop. A favorite gift to give was that of a little metal man, balancing himself on some sort of platform.
One morning he was offered a pear by a man in his underwear. The pear came from either behind his back or inside his underwear.
On occasion, one of the kids would whiz in his pants. They called him Whiz Kid.
The entire class heard the sound of a fart. He assured them it wasn't him, and that it was a shoe on the carpet. He tried to replicate the sound, but could not.
Every 4th of July, the children would have fun with sparklers and snakes. You could always tell how much fun was had based on how many burn marks were left behind on the sidewalks from the snakes.
One of the teenagers' favorite activities was to sit courtside during basketball games, and to stand up and get their heads in television broadcasts.
The group of young men were having a good time in the basement, but it was a little too loud for the parents upstairs, so the father came down and scolded them. One of the young men turned the lights on to reveal that the father was wearing black jockey shorts.
He spent the entire night at the concert dancing feverishly. Later, when he told his family about what he had done, he realized nobody truly knew him. Not even his family.
She remained in her home until the age of 107, when ill health made it impossible for her to stay alive.
At the age of 85, he died of natural causes due to health problems.